crafty people, and welcome to my channel. Today we are working on a trifold card that is for my niece's second birthday, and I wanted to do kind of a peekaboo type card, and I got some stickers at Dollar Tree to peek out of the apertures, and I'm using a die from Paper Wishes hot off the press, and it is called Windows and Frames Cutting Dies. So here are all the stickers that I have, and this die set is really cool because it has the panel die to cut out all of the windows, but then it also has all these little frames to go around the cutout windows. And the full frame does not actually have cutting around the edges, so you could use it on whatever size card you want to do. I'm using the Echo Park, a birthday wish collection pack, and I also had some Altenew fairy tale glitter cardstock for the frames. The frames on the outside I made out of the Simon Says Stamp dark chocolate. The inside is going to be pattern paper, and then also the glitter paper. So here's where I'm trying to give you a visual of where we're going with this. So we have a trifold card that we need to assemble, and on both the backs and the fronts of each section there is the patterned paper from the Echo Park collection. So we had to build the extra flap for the right side so that we can put it all together. The card measures, when it's shut, it is 5.5 by 7. So I had either, there's no piece that's paper that's long enough, so I had to add on the third panel for that, so that it would be the trifold. I will list all of the cutting dimensions in the description box and over on my blog. There are quite a few, and I don't want you to feel like you have to write that down right here. So what we need to do first is we need to put together the front panel so that we can cut out the windows. So here I'm just adding the pattern paper to the front of that first panel and the back of that first panel. I will say that when I was making this card, I had a vision that I very much wanted to happen, but there were a lot of difficulties, and I will share with you the things that I would have done differently. So in this case, I was using, I think it was 120-pound white cardstock. So I had that, and then the pattern paper on the front and the back, and then I went to try to die cut this. It would not go through. So I tried it many times, and I had to eventually use like a craft knife to finish cutting out all of the windows. So lessons learned, I probably would have used a thinner cardstock or temporary adhesive and just done the layers kind of one by one. Take off the first one, do the next one, take up, so like that. So I realized that the individual frames are actually, the window on them is smaller than what the aperture cuts out. So the window on the front of the card is larger than the opening on these frames. And because the front was so thick, if I had put a frame on the front and a frame on the back, it would have been like there'd been a huge gap between those two layers. So what I was able to do was I cut out, using the whole plate out of the dark chocolate cardstock, I cut out 2 sets, And then I use the individual frames to cut out the middle. And then you just see me trimming these up here. So I'm trying to build up layers in between the front and back frames. So this gave me the correct opening size to provide a little bit of support in between the frame on the front and the back. So I had slipped the back frame behind and then put the two little spacers over that, and then now I'm putting the frame on the front. And I did that with each of the windows. So now I am going to be adding on the right hand panel. So that I cut at 6x7, and I scored it at 5 3/8 to give me a little bit of a tab. And then I used my scissors and just mitered the edges so it looked a little bit smoother inside of the card. And then I'm just using my Score Buddy to help me line that up so everything is straight. I use glue, liquid glue on that, as it will make it a little bit easier if I have to move it around and line it up and all that good stuff. So we have that inside. So now we have our trifold. And when I first made the original card base, I scored it at 3 locations. Once right in the middle, and then 1/8 of an inch on either side, and burnished that with my bone folder, which would just give me like a little, like almost like a gusset, because I'm going to be putting the stickers and they're going to be on the inside of the card. So I needed room for the front of the card to be able to go over the stickers. So that gave me a little bit of like a, kind of like a, like the outside of a book, so it had enough room to kind of go around. So I have all the papers inside and outside. And here what I'm doing is I'm putting in the insides of those frames, because then I want to put the sparkle frames on the inside. So the card's kind of boring on the front, and then when you open it up, it's like Party City with all the sticker friends. So here, one of the frames on the inside was just poking through a little bit, and since it was a lighter color, it was kind of bugging me, so I used my brown marker to just go along the edge of that so it wasn't so obvious. So here I am putting on the inside frames, and these are sparkly and beautiful. And I just wanted the inside to be, a very festive surprise. So, alright, so on the back, I added another panel, and then I put my stamp on there. So now we have everything together, and we get to put on the friends. So I was just cutting out around the acetate that's behind the stickers, so that I could move them around, place, see what I liked, so I didn't have to commit. So that's an easy tip to just, if you're using stickers, just cut around the sticker so that you can see what it looks like on there before you stick it down. So I'm just checking my placement on here and have all these little cuties peeking out. I just love that. So here I am sticking on all of the friends and looking through the window to make sure it's where I wanted that to be lined up. I love the cat with the glasses. That cracks me up. And the little snail. This card is so fun. Alright, now I'm taking some silver jewel border peel-offs. from Paper Wishes, and they are so iridescent and gorgeous. So I put a frame around this, all these party friends here, just to add a little bit more sparkle and shine on the inside. That's a very easy way to add detail, and they're not bulky at all. Here I have the gold hearts, also from Paper Wishes, and I'm just scattering them around the back here to add a little bit more sparkle. And then on the right side, I have silver pearl butterflies, which are so pretty. I'm just trying to figure out placement. They come in all different sizes, so they're really fun. So then I'm doing the inside panel where I can write my message. I just took a strip of the pattern paper. I grabbed a couple of the stickers from the collection and added those on. I added a sticker to the back of the card, which I thought was super cute. And then I went through and I used probably every color of the jewel dazzle dots that I have, just to make it a festive party in there. I'm going to add this into the card with temporary adhesive for now, and then once I write it, I will put it in with permanent. So here we have the whole card. I'm so excited. It was a hard road, but it came together. And I think it looks so fun, and I cannot wait for my niece to look at it. I think she's just gonna love it, I hope. So super cute though, and I love those Dollar Tree stickers. They look so cute too. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you could hit that like button and also consider subscribing to my channel, and it greatly helps me in getting out my content out to other crafters just like you. If you want to stick around, I'll put my card making playlist up top and you can go check it out for some card ideas and inspiration. Thanks so much for stopping by today. You can come join me over on Facebook, Pinterest, and my blog at egidesigns.com, and have an awesome day. Bye-bye.